Breaking news in the Thornton State Beach fence controversy. The ABC 7 Eyewitness News I-team has learned a felony case has been filed against the real estate investor who put up that fence. And he is now facing 2 counts of felony threats and 1 count of convicted felon in possession of a firearm.
ABC 7 I-team reporter Dan Noyes has been working on an extensive story with the owners of the property, and he is back now with the very latest in this ongoing saga. Dan.
Well, Dan and Alma, they say that Luke Brugnara has taken advantage of tensions in the family that owns much of the land leading to Thornton State Beach. I've also learned that the transfer of 1 small slice he got for free may not be legal in the first place. This 6-acre property at Thornton State Beach has been in Pat Fergulia's family since 1931. She watched the fence go up last month without her family's permission, blocking trails leading to the beach and causing a public uproar.
It's not private property, and you know it.
Even though Daly City took down the fence 1 week ago, Pat still doesn't want to show her face for fear of being recognized.
I feel awful. It's horrible. It's absolutely like a nightmare to me.
Why?
Because, you know, you're having somebody try to steal from your property from you.
During our several conversations, the real estate investor who put up that fence, Luke Brugnara, insisted he's not trying to steal anything from anyone.
I know more than anybody knows about real estate, okay? So I'm just telling you right now, everything that's done is done legally. Everything that is done by the book. And if somebody wants to go litigate it, we'll go litigate it in California Superior Court. I got no problem.
On that land, Pat Fergulia's family built horse stables, a garden supply store, and the Silver Saddle Restaurant and Bar. The businesses eventually shuttered, the buildings taken down, and the land became a throughway for people heading to the beach. For the past 50 years, the family has been trying to sell the land, but the deals kept falling apart. Then, in December 2024, Luke Brugnara made a low-ball offer of $2 million. Pat tells me she didn't want to do business with a repeat felon.
This property was inherited by all of us that own it now. I think we're being victimized by this guy, and he wants our property, and he wants it for nothing.
Pat wouldn't take Brugnara's phone call, but her brother in North Carolina, Paul Nagy, has been speaking to him.
He's pugnacious. Yeah. I think in a lot of ways he's a hard-driving real estate developer.
But did you feel bullied?
No, that's fantasy from my family.
Court documents confirm that the property is divided into 24 ownership shares. 2 sisters from a different family own 5 shares each. Bruce Norton, now living in Utah, has 10 shares. Each of us 4 cousins, all siblings, own 1 share each, including Pat Fergulia and Paul Nagy. After the family rejected the $2 million offer, Paul Nagy gave Brugnara his 1/24th share with the hope of a payout if the property ever sells. Nagy knows he's going against his family's wishes.
I've been ripped off for 50 years by the mismanagement of my relatives not selling the property. I just got fed up. Well, you know, I've been ripped off. Let's do something about it.
Nagy signed this deed, giving his 1/24 share not to Luke Brugnara, but to Olympic Way, an LLC formed by Brugnara's girlfriend, Yitong Emily Wen. There appear to be several problems with that transaction. An owner can't sell their portion without the approval of the other owners. Is that correct?
False. That's false. Absolutely false.
No, the owners are saying that.
Yeah, the owners, right? Yeah, the owners. I don't want to degrade the owners. They don't know what they're talking about.
This court case involving the property in 2019 confirmed the terms of any sale, 1, must be approved by a majority of the owners, and 2, be approved by owner Bruce Norton, who has the majority share. I've spoken by phone this week to Bruce Norton and members of his family. They do not approve the sale of any part of this property to Luke Brugnara or his partner, Yitong Emily Wen. And there's another issue. Paul Nagy tells me it appears that without his knowledge, Luke Brugnara added this attachment A to the deed, saying that in addition to Paul Nagy's 1/24 share, he gave Brugnara rights to Carolyn Nagy's 1/24 and James Nagy's 1/24 after their deaths. You didn't say that.
No, I never said that. I couldn't say that. because I have no standing there.
Nagy also says someone apparently forged his initials on that attachment. It almost looks like RM. But look at his actual initials from a different part of the document. Clearly, PN.
Paul Nagy says his initials on the documents are a forgery.
San Mateo County Supervisor David Canaba sent a letter to the Assessor Recorder's Office this week questioning the deed's legality, and they have forwarded the case to the District Attorney's Office.
And they would interview us, they would look at, the actual underlying documents, and then they would pursue a criminal proceeding if it was appropriate.
Nagy also tells the I-Team that Brugnara raised the idea early on to surround the entire 6-acre property with fence, not just his 124 share.
So with the fence, that was the aim, to kind of generate a showdown.
Yeah, in two ways. One is with the city and also probably the Coastal Commission. And then you have the owners. It's like herding cats.
Nagy says with that fence, Brugnara hoped to pressure the other owners to sell. But Brugnara faced backlash from the public because the fence blocked access to trails leading to Thornton State Beach.
This is actually right where that line is our property. So you're actually standing on our property.
All right, you gonna shoot me for it?
Brugnara's girlfriend admitted to police that she posted this sign saying, "No trespassing, owner armed with 9mm gun." After one couple called 911 and accused Brugnara of saying, "If you get near the fence, I will shoot and kill you," police stopped one's car, found a Glock handgun on the front seat, Brugnara in the back seat, and arrested him for felon in possession of a firearm. I asked about his arrest.
And there was that gun on the front seat, right?
Yeah, no, I'm unaware of any of that. I have no knowledge of that at all.
That incident caught the attention of a federal judge in Brugnara's ongoing pandemic relief fraud case. He's accused of lying about the size of his company, the number of employees, its payroll, and receiving $422,000. The judge revoked Brugnara's bond and issued a bench warrant for his arrest.
There's that bench warrant. Are you going to turn yourself in?
I'm not aware of any bench warrant. That's the surprise, I guess, of the day.
I first interviewed Brugnara in 2015 in jail for an $11 million art fraud case. He escaped from custody for 6 days and eventually got sentenced to 7 years in prison. Their brush with Luke Brugnara is too much for the owners of the land at Thornton State Beach, who are hoping to live out their lives peacefully.
And we're all elderly and we all are moderate income, where are the laws protecting us? I feel victimized, We all feel victimized. How could this happen,
I just got a copy of the new criminal charges that Brugnara faces. I reached out to him again, asking about the accusation that he forged part of the deed document. He has not responded. Meanwhile, his partner has filed a motion for contempt of court and sanctions against Daly City for taking down the fence. That hearing is coming up in 2 weeks. Clearly, I'm Dan.